talking wrestling, living the dream. From Tokyo to London, across the globe, respecting the craft, we're in the know. No gimmicks or fakes, just pure passion and skill. The best talents from every wrestling hill. We dive deep into the stories behind the ring. Respecting the craft, making the fans sing. Respect the craft, making the fans sing. Respect the crowd, respect the fight. We bring the band, we can't hide.
And we are live. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of Respect the Craft. This is episode number 328, and I'm joined by Justin Bongiovi as we kick off hashtag Titan Week. What's going on, brother? What's going on, man? How's everything?
Going on, Ray? Just training my ass off. I got a big match coming up. It's let's see, attempt number. You would know the number as much as I would. Attempt number 4 or 5 at this.
Well, this is, I want to say, the first time in a while that you finally get a singles opportunity.
Yes.
So this is big. This is big that you're finally on that road to Mount Olympus, to that TCW Lightweight Championship match. But before we get to that, because that is something we're going to be talking about a lot, as this is Titan Week, I have to ask you the question I ask everyone that comes on, and that is, you heard the name of the podcast. It's called Respect the Craft. So for you, when you hear that term, the craft, what does that mean to you?
Like the craft of what we do. It means to me like the job that we perspire to achieve the most in. Like this is my art form. This is my outlet of creativity. I think that's my way I would put that.
Got you. No, that works right there. That works. Now when it comes to this though, when it comes to finding that passion to want to now step through those ropes though, to really get into the craft, what was it for you that made it click and say, you know what? This isn't just something I enjoy. This isn't just any ordinary hobby. I need to get in there. I need to be involved in the craft.
Oh, dude, I feel like everyone gives this answer, but I've had like the vivid dream of like posing on the turnbuckle with millions of people around me. Just like the ambition to entertain has been like my main driving force. Like it's so surreal to be in the position that the people I grew up watching have been in. Like just to get that reaction, get that energy from somebody, whether it's like negative or positive. It's overwhelmingly enjoyable. That's the best way I can put it.
Got you. No, that works right there. That works. But now I also have to ask you, because I know, not just because of the name, but I can imagine there was another craft that you were very interested as well. You could see it behind you that might give a little bit of a hint. How about the craft and passion there of music? How was that influencing you in just who you are and the Justin Bongiovi that we know today?
The way I'll put it is back around, I would say high school, I found a love, because I found a love for music even when I was a kid, but like to do music and to like try to put my heart and soul into doing music, I tried in high school. Obviously, you don't see any songs by me. I don't have any music. I kind of fell off, but listening to music and just like enjoying music as well as enjoying wrestling has been like neck and neck, like two of the most important things to me. Like a lot of if I'm going through something, music helps and wrestling helps. If I'm trying to get creative juices flowing, music helps. And like, I tried to get really good at playing guitar, fell off the wagon a bit doing that. Ended up committing most of my time to wrestling, but yeah, no, music is like one of the most important things in my life.
Got you. No, definitely. And it has intertwines. Like I feel like musically, there's so much that also helps out with the business, and you see how it truly has become one and the same when it looks at the craft and the art form here. There's a lot of changes when it comes to musically, all that you see it with wrestling. But before we continue here, gotta say hello to the boss man himself, Mr. Fetsky in the chat. What's going on, Billy? What's going on? Thank you for tuning in. So again, we are here for Titan Week. This is all roads leading to Mount Olympus on November the 16th, featuring the huge 2024 Mount Olympus Rumble. It's gonna be a big one. It's gonna be a big one. But like we said, we are here to discuss another reason why it's going to be a big night. But before we get to that, we have to talk about, like you said, that road that gets us here. Which one of those was an unfortunate incident at Dad's Day earlier this year, over the summer, and the top rope was not your friend on that night.
No, no, it was not. Man, I got excited. I wanted to jump off the top, hit a big move, solidify like I've got this in the bag. And if you remember, my knee was not helping. I had
No,
just got
definitely not.
God, that hurt. I put me in a knee bar, and then Robbie frog splashes my entire leg. I couldn't like, properly stand up for the rest of the match. I got ahead of myself. Happens, and I regret that moment every time I see that image.
Yeah, it was one to, and it's I called it poetic with Harry add Savage Intentions, because it felt like on at Savage Intentions, when you were challenging Robbie to become the number one contender, it felt like a lot of it was, oh, he's is it going to be a replay of that? Is it going to be a replay of Dad's Day? Because we kept seeing you go to the top rope and it wasn't clicking. It
Yeah.
was, this is not going to work. Oh, this is not working. Oh, could this have cost him the match?
Yeah.
And it feels like we finally get to that moment where, you know what, everything was aligning. We get the 1, 2, 3, and now you are on the road to Mount Olympus. But when it comes to Savage Intentions, when it comes to that night, and this is another reason why I wanted to have you on here, what's going on with you, man? Like, I feel like there's something a little different about you currently. Even on that night, deciding to tell Mr. James, who you've been having a great relationship with, you guys have been very close as of late, working on all this, telling him stay on the back. Like, what's going on, man? Talk to us.
I could see that why my current actions have been like jarring for people. It's just I set out to do this on my own. Like I got into wrestling to be my own. Like this was my thing. I wanted to be just the outlying force in wrestling. Like just yeah, look, there's Justin doing this awesome stuff and just achieving his goals, and I kept failing and failing and failing. And I get Mr. James wanting to help me. I respect that. It's just I feel like I got myself here. I can dig myself out of this rut I'm in. If that doesn't sound too selfish, I just feel like I've got to get myself in a position to succeed, and I don't want that like that asterisk next to my win that
Gotcha.
someone else was the reason.
No, that's definitely, that's understandable there. I get wanting to do this almost, again, that right way, doing it for yourself here. But it just feels like even on that night, there's still something different about you. Like, we're known, there's a reason why even I talk about the music side, because you have that rocker look to you. Like, usually the fresh cut, looking very just ready to go, having that style to yourself. And you come to Savage Intentions, again, a big night, an opportunity here to finally get on the road to claim a championship opportunity. And brother, no offense, but you looked very disheveled. You didn't look like yourself. Oh, can you hear? We can't hear you.
Oh, I was going to say I couldn't hear you. Sorry.
Can you hear us now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, cool.
I think I nudged something. I couldn't.
I was gonna say it's because I was gonna say something a little offensive, so maybe that's what
Oh
happened.
yeah, maybe it was a sign, but no,
It was
it's fine.
it was a sign to not hear it here.
Right.
But I was asking about that night, about Savage Intentions, where I get wanting to do this on your own, getting to do that, but then on that night, it's a big night. It's a championship opportunity in your grasps, and you look disheveled, man. You didn't look like yourself.
Yeah, I've been a bit in my own head. It's been a rough. You mentioned the long road of this, and it's been rough.
Yeah,
Year's been very. I've been very 50-50. The inconsistency is starting to like really weigh on me, if I'm being honest. But I'm laser focused, and I've been putting a lot of things on the back burner so that I can go into this at 1,000% with all my focus on this match. Like, if I'm being real, this whole situation with Andre, I have nothing to lose. I have nothing left to lose. I've lost every other title opportunity. I've lost in a TLC match. I've lost in a singles match. I lost in a fatal 4-way last year's Savage Intentions. So I've just been probably in my own head a little too much more than I should be. Just a lot of stress, a lot of just negative thoughts because let's be honest, have I been the most consistent person on the roster?
I,
Not really.
I get that. I get that. Again, just I have to ask this, I
Yeah.
bring this journalistic side. It might not be the most like
It's
here. Titan. My apologies again. We got some comments showing you love though. We got the love coming here for Justin.
I appreciate it very much.
Leon, I have to ask the questions. I'm not trying to offend my guest here. I'm just trying to get to really know what's going on because again, I like seeing what Justin's been doing at Titan. I like seeing the growth. I like seeing the change at times. But when I saw this, it just felt like we're going in a different direction than what you and Mr. James have been doing. Like we
Yeah,
saw over the summer how that bond has been again, it's been improving, taking it like you're going under his wing a bit, and it's been showing a different side. It's been showing really becoming a good noodle, if you will. And just
it's
how
just
has that been for you? Has that been do you feel like a successful bond, or is it a situation of still, you know what, I still need to do this on my own accord though?
I've been enjoying the tutelage. I'll put it that way. I enjoy the tutelage of Mr. James. I enjoy his overwhelming positivity at times.
Gotcha.
But I think the main thing driving me to this more aggressive, more focused thing is like I never, other than Mr. James, I never did well with teachers. I was never the star student. I was the kid that did what he had to do, and then went and enjoyed everything outside of school more than school itself.
Got you.
So bonding with a teacher is a bit. I'll even say it's a bit out of character for myself. So I'm still a little abrasive to it.
Got you.
So like I enjoy the bond that we have, and I respect his effort to help me, but I still have this like I got this kind of thing
Got you.
where it's
Got
like I'll take what he's teaching me, I'll apply it to what I'm doing, but I still want to do it. I still want me to be the one to make that success for myself.
you. Got you. I in the best way, it's still that rebel at heart in a situation like
Yeah,
this. And it's
I
like,
yeah, in a sense,
yeah.
yeah, I'm still a bit of a rebel without a cause.
No, I got you at that, man. It's something where it's understandable. It's what brought you to Titan. It's what brought you to the dance here. And now your camera's being a rebel here.
Yeah,
It doesn't want to be in focus.
technology hates me, brother. It hates me with all of its
It's
heart.
all good, man. It's all good. But as we continue here, look at that. We got Justin for new champ. We
Hey,
got.
they're
I'm
believing.
not stirring the pot. I'm just asking the question. This is
I
why
mean,
we're doing Titan Week. This is why we're doing Titan Week because we're trying to get to the bottom of things. We're trying to see Billy. Billy doesn't mind my questions. He says Justin is the future. There you go. See, it's
uh,
that's an approval right there from the boss man himself. But now let's not waste any more time here. Let's get to one of the main reasons we are here, and that is Mount Olympus. When it comes to
that's
this championship match right here, it is going to be for the TCW Light Heavyweight Championship. Defending champion, the man of the year, Andre Polino, taking on Justin Bongiovi. Finally, with the name spelled correctly there on the graphic.
yeah.
Long
If it wasn't, there was a tirade coming. If you saw me last time.
I'm so glad it was because I didn't even check it before I put it in the
Mm.
system. And I'm like, I really hope the graphic is spelled correctly. Because that
Oh
was another
man,
thing. We spoke beforehand at Savage Intentions, like I like to do, just to make sure, hey, how is everyone going into their mindsets? Well, I try to. Some people really they tried to take my head off at Savage Intentions, but we had a nice conversation. And I knew that was something that bothered you. I knew that was something going in your head because you feel like you're having this rough patch, you're doing this, and then you have that moment of even Titan is kind of disrespecting you there.
yeah.
But no, now we're going into this that way to create the clean slate here. Huge opportunity. Your thoughts going into Mount Olympus in less than 3 weeks here.
Less than 3 weeks. My thoughts. I have not stopped training at all. I every single day, day in and day out, I am sweating and working out and busting my ass because I truthfully like if I lose this again, what's next? You know, like what could I possibly do? Like I feel like I have already been wrong on my word how many times. I've said I'm going to win. I said that I should win. I said I should already be here. If you remember last time when I put up that post about the number one contenders match, I truly believe that I have the star power and the potential to already be in this position. So losing again, I can't let that happen. If I let that happen to myself, then what am I really doing? And the change is already necessary, and that's what's getting me here. I don't know how much more I can change if I can't do this. Like I don't know what am I doing? You know?
No, definitely understood there. Got you. Um, but when it comes to this, as I said, maybe I might have spoken a little too quickly about you going in this with that better mentality now, that clear sighted head. Um, Titan kind of released a interesting video yesterday about you were visited by our current reigning and defending Goddesses of War champion, Amity LeVay. Any recollection of that? Because even in the video, it seems like you were kind of out of it there. So do you even remember that meeting, or is it just we saw something we weren't supposed to?
I'm still creeped out, dude. I'll be honest with you. I was really going through it. I was thinking to myself, like, am I doing the right thing? Like, should I be listening to Mr. James? Should I be doing my own thing? Like, what is best for me? And then this woman scares me on my ass. If you saw, we all saw. I fell down. Like people don't spook me, but you sneaks up on me, and then the things she said were very, I'll say, intriguing, but still creepy.
Very, yeah.
Almost like it's like I don't know if she was making a good point or not because I was very, as you said, and you were right. I was a bit out of it and a bit upset, just having a moment to myself. So to have somebody sneak up on me and then plant seeds of doubt like that, it's very jarring, especially at a time like this where I need to be focused. So
Yeah.
yeah, it took me off my game a bit, but I can't let that mess with me. You know, like I can't let that derail what I'm trying to do.
No, definitely, especially right now where again we are just a win away from finally doing what you've set out to do to finally win TCW gold in the form of that TCW lightweight championship and
I
letting
only
that
need that's all I need. I just need 3 seconds, and I can get what I've been just chasing for what about 2 years now, right?
yep,
A year and a half, I would say.
it's going into better part of 2 years now, and it's one of
Yeah,
those where a win like this on a night like that, it's Mount Olympus, one of our biggest events of the year. We're on that road from there to Monsoon, the 5-year anniversary event. So imagine being able to get a win like this to then walk into the new year possibly, because we still have something in December. Folks, don't you worry that something is coming in December. However, when it comes to that, to walk out of here as the new champion, again, that kicks off things in the right way for you.
yes, it does. I feel like the confidence boost that actually getting the job done, like the confidence boost of getting to the point of getting in the match, is one thing. The boost of actually succeeding and just like achieving my goal, like being a man of my word, as I was saying before, like that would do wonders. I feel like I would finally feel like I'm in the right headspace if I could actually achieve what I'm setting out to achieve.
Definitely. Again, we are going to see, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, make sure you get your tickets. Be there November the 16th for Mount Olympus. Ticket links will be in the description down below because it's going to be a night you're not going to want to miss. But we're going to continue here now. We're going to get into a little bit more about Justin here. We want to get a little more into the mindset here of Justin Bongiovi. As I want to talk a little bit of inspiration, because again, we talked about the musical side. We talked about what finally made you get into the craft here. But then inspirations when it comes to how you are in that ring, because there's a certain finisher that you do that might resemble a certain current Hall of Famer, 2-time Hall of Famer at that. So can you talk to us the inspiration when it comes to your in-ring style and the presence you bring to the square?
I have quite a few inspirations. Obviously, there's one glaringly obvious, but there's others. Growing up, my favorite wrestler ever was Jeff Hardy.
Gotcha. Okay.
He's the guy that got me even watching wrestling. I remember turning on Raw by accident as a kid and seeing him do some absurd dive out of the ring, and I was like, "That's the coolest man on the planet." everything he does, I will now watch. That was just instantly whatever he does, I love it. That's amazing. I remember I was him for Halloween when I was like 9. Like that was my hero growing up. But there's also the obvious inspiration of Shawn Michaels. I also take some inspiration from Dolph Ziggler. I take inspiration from AJ Styles. Shawn Michaels' inspiration being very glaringly obvious, but how could you not? Like, how could you not feel inspired and want to draw from the energy of literally like Mr. WrestleMania? Like, how would you not want to see something work for somebody and be like, you know what? Like, this is the guy to study.
Yeah.
And I feel like so far that has gotten me places.
No,
So
definitely.
far, so far I've picked the right group of people to be studying as it has gotten me in some successful situations.
It definitely has. Again, you see it in those little shades of this, the little shades of that. That super kick, that sweet chin music has worked out in your favor there. So it definitely has gotten you again those moments of even setting up to finally claim this number one contendership for the light heavyweight championship for November the 16th. And it's one of those where again you see how those little traits of okay, we could see it, shades of this guy, the shades of that. It's like okay, that works. It works. So, and again, it reflects with even the style of how you are, the presence you bring. Definitely, like I said earlier, the comparison with the music and wrestling, it makes sense that Jeff Hardy would also be someone to really have love for. That's like, well, there you go.
He was my first introduction to like alternative rock. It was like his theme song. Because I'm born in 2001, so his theme song was like my first hearing of like something that's not like Guns N' Roses or Bon Jovi. So like that kind of segued me into even like the entrances that come out now, like things like that. So yeah, there's a lot of Jeff Hardy inspiration.
Got you.
Even in my music, not even just in my wrestling.
Got you. No, that works right there. Which you bring it up right there, and I have to ask about this. I can imagine the amount of times that you're going to be asked about this. The name, because there is a lot of similarities to one John Bon Jovi with that. Where even again, I feel like it's one of those things where so many people are probably like, oh yeah, he must have that has to be it. It's a homage to John Bon Jovi with Justin Bon Jovi. So let's get into that. What is the takeaway from John Bon Jovi?
This may genuinely surprise a lot of people, but I've had to tell a lot of people my name being Justin Bon Jovi, as you see right now. There is an homage, but it's not an homage because I like John Bon Jovi with all my heart.
Yeah.
It's an homage, honestly, because it's my mother's last name.
Oh.
I took my mother's last name for wrestling because I always had a really strong bond with my mom.
Okay.
And representing such a like for people that don't know, this spelling of Bon Jovi is only one family. So John and I are distant cousins. So you know, if I build up enough star power, maybe he'll want to help out. Maybe you never know. No, we're legitimately related. So it's not just I'm Bon Jovi because I thought it was funny, or I love the band so much. My mom's last name is Bon Jovi, so getting to represent my family in that way is truly like a really cool thing to be able to do.
Got you. No, that's awesome to hear. And I feel like that is something that definitely is going to be shocker because like I said, you think about that, it's the instant like, oh, it has to be because of this. It has to be the little that I feel like again, we saw where the misspelling was with that's like
oh my god. I was like only he spells it like that. You're gonna get me. Like, are you kidding me? I'm like, one, you're disrespecting my mom's name like this because I literally use her. And two, that spelling is only for the band.
Yeah.
That is just the band spelling. That's I don't own that.
Yeah.
What am I doing?
No, that works, man. No, and again, I love that just that little tidbit of it, which again, it's awesome to see and it's awesome to hear. Where again, that even bringing that side of it to the craft here is awesome. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure if you're gonna promote Justin Bon Jovi, there is the proper spelling for Justin Bon Jovi.
Specific. If you're promoting John Bon Jovi, you could spell it like the band.
Yeah, there you go. That is everything you want to do.
Very upset. I will be very mad.
I really made sure. I was like, let's make sure what I was doing everything when I even wrote the time wrong. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking for this podcast earlier, I apologize. It was supposed to be at 7 p.m. We scheduled it for 7 p.m. And somehow I was like, no, we're gonna write 6 for some reason. So
I saw the 6 p.m. and there was an Instagram story post that I very hastily canceled that said 6 p.m. when I saw that we fixed things back to the original time. So that post didn't even go up. But
yeah,
I very hastily was like 7. I gotta make it 7. What did I do? Whoa, what happened?
but it's
okay.
all,
Things happen.
it's all good. Technology was not our friend today. That's all it was.
It's already failed on me twice. Just here. I lost audio for a second. My camera's been blurring every 25 seconds.
It's all good. Oh, we got Tina in the chat. What's going on, Tina? What's going on? What's going on? Hope everything is well. There we go. I'm excited for Justin Aware, Titans light heavy. Look at that again. Everyone is in your corner here. Everyone wants to see Justin Bongiovi as the new TCW light heavyweight champion. I'm not too sure that Andre Polino is going to be too happy to hear this.
Look,
yeah,
that's his problem. That doesn't sound like a me problem.
Yeah,
if people supporting me gets in his head, you could just deal with that. Get in your own head, man. Like, if you want to get in your own head about how people feel about you, be less of a jerk to the people around you. You know, like, if that's going to get in your own head, then I'm already 10 steps ahead.
There you go. There you go. But that is also a good thing for you, though, because the mental game's already there. The mind games are starting to play.
He felt the need to come out there after I won.
Yeah, I saw that. I even questioned. I'm questioning it from the commentary table. He yelled at me for getting in his way. He told me he was going to call his cousin again. I still don't know who his cousin is. I want to know who this person is because they're changing Andre Polino. This is not the Andre I once knew, or I can imagine you once knew. Yeah, this is
I mean, ever since I met him, he's been this guy. So you met him before I did.
Yeah. Tina's saying, "Who cares about that guy? He's a horrible." Damn.
Yeah, it's time for look. Enough is enough. Clearly, the fans think enough is enough. So it's on my shoulders to not only accomplish my goals for me. Apparently, I'm accomplishing goals for the crowd. They don't want him to hold that belt anymore. So I guess you have somebody to root for because I agree with you.
Hey, there you go. That works right there. But now it is time to start asking a little bit of a hard-hitting question. We talked about a certain someone earlier. He's the reason I do this question. So if anyone wants to blame for me asking this hard-hitting question, blame Alex Shelley. Because the question is this: when it comes to your career so far, what would you say is a match that defines it? It can be one match, it can be matches, just to make it a little easier. But what would be a match that defines your career so far?
Oh, I think that TLC match is very career defining. That's my first weapons match I've had. It's the first time I've ever had a match where there were no rules. I think the only rule was put a guy through a table. I lost. I was put through the table, but that was very like, oh, we're in the thick of it. You know, like I had never been pushed to that limit. Other than, I will say my match with Daniel Alexander was also very limit pushing. But that TLC match really made me a tougher competitor. And then I've had matches outside of Titan that I feel like have pushed me just with a specific people. If you know who he is, a certain Jaden Staley and I have beat absolute just everything out of each other for the better part of 3 years. So those matches very much define the grittier side of me. But if I had to pinpoint a match off the top of my head, I would say like that TLC match really is something I would write home about.
Got you. No, there you go. That works right there.
Start the year with that. 2024. Everything hurt. I was limping around during intermission. I was using my own kendo stick as a cane. I simply was having trouble walking around. Everything.
It makes sense though, because it's gonna be TLC. It's gonna be the post of that. Just that's a lot. It's gonna happen. But we got, look at that. Shout out to Wes, Kyle, and Rocco in the chat. Much love. Thank you guys for coming through. And then we got one Michael Fain in the chat as well, who'll be joining us tomorrow at 8 p.m. So tune in as we'll be talking to All-in-One Michael Fain, who I just saw over the weekend gain a little bit of some gold. You might have been around for that as well. From what I saw, might have been in another universe. You might have helped him there to gain some gold.
To say,
never know.
Man, sometimes when it comes to some of the places that we go to, and the things we want to achieve, sometimes you use your lifeline, as the game shows like to do. You phone a friend, and friends help one another out.
Hey, sometimes.
Given I'm not very happy with Michael's friend Jack because my body hurts even more, but savage intentions was savage intentions.
Yeah, that was yeah. Well, you tried to. I guess.
Look, they were jumping.
I can't even defend what happened there because it's like I was gonna say, well, you kind of also. Yeah, it's yeah.
Evander wanted to look out for me. I felt the need to look out for Evander. And I got put down for it. I got put down.
Very, very hard. Very hard.
Oh man. Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
I'm not gonna talk too much about that because that still hurts.
Yeah.
That's thinking about that kind of hurts. But
I
was also directly go after Michael for that because he didn't know that was happening.
Yeah. I also I didn't know that was happening because my commentary partner just walked away during that. Like he went to go enjoy what was happening, and I'm just like, what is happening here? Like
for his guys. Maybe I'll have to have a conversation with an acquaintance of mine about that.
Yeah, someone needs to. Yeah.
Like, are we in our good graces, or do we have? Michael, you're in the chat. Do we have any issues now that I decided to help my friend?
Well, I guess you might because he just said next time my
business. Man, you got people jumping people. Evander's a friend of mine. James is a friend of mine. I'm not just gonna let that stand. I'm just gonna let that happen.
Can you tell?
That wouldn't be very student. I'm still learning how to be a good student. It feels like the wrong thing to do is to just let him get jumped.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good. Yeah, that's a good thing to do. Like
me and this guy just became friends. He's trying to take me under his wing. I can't just let him get mugged and not try to help him.
Yeah.
So, it feels like the right thing to do.
That definitely. Also, Michael, if you can tell your agent to stay at the commentary desk. Like I feel like
that's Harry. What's going on?
Just saying.
Well, I gotta look over my shoulder. If he doesn't like what's going on in the ring, is he gonna send
Jack
out?
Because I don't know what's happening anymore. Like
what's going on with this?
Oh no, we got Billy. Oh no, he's calling HR. What happened? Why is HR being phoned here? This is not good.
Check email. I'm not worried about being champion instead of being a teacher's pet. You know what, man? You're not the first person to tell me that. Everyone has an issue with this. I don't know what to tell you. I'm still trying to figure things out. I'm still trying to figure out my best course of action. If you're gonna give me grief, give me grief. So be it. I got to figure out what's best for me. Right now, things are seeming to be on the upside. So
things are working out. Again, we are looking at a road to Mount Olympus. We're looking at a championship opportunity. So
yeah, that is.
So Michael, you also I know we're gonna talk tomorrow, but you have your hands very full. So I don't know how much you want to tease here because you have 30 competitors to confront.
Point at him. He's all the way on the other side.
He's all the way over there. Yeah, he's all over. So no issues from HR. Love the show, guy. Okay, thank you. Okay, we're good. HR is not mad at me yet.
Yeah, I was like, oh no, what did we do?
That's what
I mess up.
Yeah. I was like, what did we do? HR department getting called is not good.
Seeing the boss say that kind of gave me a little bit of a fright. I was like, oh. Like, what did I do? What did I do, Billy? Am I okay? Billy, did I mess up? What's going on?
It's like, what did we say? What is a part of this handbook that I've still not seen? As a commentator, you thought I was
just talking business.
Possibly.
They might just be talking to each other.
Just in my comment section. That is
hey, things happen.
Hey, we're not going to question it. We're not going to.
I've done live streams before, and I've seen people have whole separate conversations in the chat. Nothing to do with me, and I've read them thinking they're about me, and I've been very confused before too.
That happens as well.
My bad.
We'll continue on, gentlemen. Continue on as we'll continue our conversation here as we try to get more into Justin Bongiovi here. But when it comes to that, though, if again, I have to be unbiased as a broadcaster here. But if you are able to win said championship at Mount Olympus, Who are some of the TCW nation that are on your list though? You want to face next defending said TCW light heavyweight championship. Or is it one of those situations of you're not going to look past Andre so far?
I don't want to look past Andre at this point because I feel like I've looked past a lot of my opportunities, and it's
Gotcha.
a place where I've looked past it. I've claimed I already have it. Like, oh, this is mine. I have it in the bag, and then
Gotcha.
So I feel like looking past it again, probably not the best decision.
Understood.
And just off the top of my head, I don't think there's people I would turn down the opportunity.
Gotcha.
If or when I beat Andre, which is my intention is to beat Andre, let's keep that clear. I don't think there's someone on the roster where I'd say you don't get a shot.
Okay.
You know, I don't think there's a reason I would tell someone no. So I'd look forward to defend something I worked as hard as I could to have. I would work even harder.
Got you. So now I must ask this, and I know someone is going to be very mad at me asking this, possibly HR and Billy, but I'm going to ask it anyway. So my apologies. So let's
I didn't ask the question.
Let's say you do win the championship on November the 16th. Again, if you guys haven't, get your tickets now for Mount Olympus. You win the TCW light heavyweight championship. I would imagine one of the first challengers has to be your teacher. Why not have the Padawan finally go one-on-one here with the master here? Have that moment of the full graduation, if you will.
I mean, that would be a graduating. Yeah, again, school. That would be my second graduation. Not third. Keep that. It would be a I guess in a sense it would be a graduation.
Yeah.
But would Mr. James classify as a light heavyweight though?
That I have to come back to you on. I'm not sure.
Would it be the best idea for him to wrestle for the light heavyweight championship? Billy, are we allowed to wrestle up and down in weight classes?
I'm not sure where Mr. James lies currently, but hey, Tony Cini was willing to go down in weight. Maybe Mr. James will as well. You never know.
If I were to win the championship and Mr. James would be willing to cut weight to wrestle in what would then be my division, I feel like the only way you've proven you've learned in this is by beating your teacher.
Gotcha.
You know, if you could beat your teacher, you are now surpassing your teacher, and then you move on to bigger and greater things. I feel like that's a respectful way to do that. I wouldn't be against that.
Got you. Again, just asking here, not trying to stir the pot, as many are going to say I'm going to do any second now. I'm
Don't
just
worry. I feel like me mentioning being willing to wrestle Mr. James might have a scary redhead very excited for some reason.
Yeah, that
some of the things she said, man, like
a lot. Yeah, she scares me a lot. I had her here on the podcast, and she was very scary. I don't know why. Her room was red, like no filters at all.
She just naturally lives in red. All right,
yeah, it was very scary. She had a lot of weapons on her for some reason. Yeah.
Let's keep her away from the general public.
Yeah, it was very, very scary. Very scary. And we have to.
I will say, so like a lot of the things she said about my situation are still kind of resonating. So that's why I'm a bit abrasive to talk about if I would wrestle Mr. James or like the situation from me or Mr. James. Because like I've been in such a weird place where like I'm not sure if what she said was true or not. You know?
Gotcha.
Because like I'm not a very trusting person. So the little seeds of doubt start to add up eventually about if I trust a person.
Gotcha. No, and that is unfortunately something that the devout is very known to do. They like to get into people's heads. They like to start implementing those seeds if they can. And yeah, just beware, man. And again, that's coming from me, who my mentor is a part of that group. And yeah, I don't know what he's doing anymore. So just be mindful and beware of another redhead, because you can trust this redhead. It's okay. You can. I'm
trying to cause trouble with HR. Second ago,
I might have walked into that one. Yeah, this is my own doing. See, now she's saying I stirred the pot.
Yeah. You're getting the people to turn against you because you want to see me You trying to cause something over here, right?
I was just asking a question because I feel like the Titan Nation would want to know, hey, could we see this in the future? I'm not saying it has to happen. Again, we don't
blaming
know
it on
what
the
can happen in the
people.
future. That's all I'm gonna do here. It's my
Blaming it on the-
journalistic duty to ask the questions that people might not want to ask. They might not want to know, or they might, and they just don't know how to phrase it. So I'm gonna ask it for them. That's all I'm doing here. But as we start to wrap this up, Justin, I have one final question for you, and that is for Justin Bongiovi. What is the end goal, brother?
The end goal
Yes.
in general?
For your wrestling
What do you
career,
want
for
for my
music,
wrestling
for however you
I-
would like to spin it.
It's gonna sound insane, but it makes sense in my head. I have the overwhelming ambition to live forever through the media I produce.
Okay.
Whether it's the things I post on my social media with the Justin's TV and everything, whether it's professional wrestling, whether it's maybe getting back into music. I don't know. That's a possibility. I enjoyed doing it, just not very good at it. But no matter what it is, I've always had this ambition to be larger than life. So until I am that, I am not satisfied. Like until I am on as many screens as possible, until I am as famous as humanly imaginable, I'm not satisfied with what I'm doing. Right now, I'm upset I'm not the light heavyweight champion. I can almost guarantee you that if I were to win that championship, or if or when I win that championship, I won't be satisfied until I'm something above that. I'm just always wanting more. So my end goal is everything. I want it all. I want literally everything.
Got you. No, that works right there. And
That's just-
again, we hope
Maybe
to.
that's selfish, but that's just me.
No, that works. Again, that is a goal to try to achieve. That is something to work on, and it all starts November the 16th at Mount Olympus, right there. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, make sure you are following Justin on his Instagram right there, Justin's.tv. Could you explain that a little bit before we go as well? Just the idea of that right there.
So to me, and the reason I am Justin's TV on, I'm pretty sure all social media outside of like my main Facebook account, is simply because Justin's TV to me is my outlet for all the strange creativity I have.
Gotcha.
Check the Instagram page. There's videos that are a little bit outlandish. They're a little strange. That's just my outlet of creativity. That's how I like to show myself to everybody. So if I were to make music, it's my show. Justin's TV is my television show. I grew up watching MTV like when I wasn't supposed to be as a young kid. I grew up watching like the alternative side of everything, and I always thought like, I feel like I'm a strange enough person that it'd be pretty dope if I were to ever be just followed around with a camera and just capture little like just the strange things that I do, the strange things that I do. I always felt like I was a personality that would work in that scenario, and that's exactly what I get to do with Justin's TV. Doesn't matter what the idea is, I could just produce it and put it up, and if people don't like it, it's too bad. It's my show.
Hey, there you go. That's the easiest way to explain it there. Again, you'll see a little bit of side of that November the 16th. Again, be there, Mount Olympus. Follow TCW on all social media right there to make sure you're up to date with all things Titan Championship Wrestling, including getting your tickets now for Mount Olympus as we continue hashtag Titan Week here. We'll be back in just a little bit with the Cotton Candy Princess herself, Tiffany Avatar. But I don't know if she's a Cotton Candy Princess at the moment because I heard her comments yesterday and she's also dealing with that very very scary redhead that you spoke about earlier. So yeah. But
she's harassing a lot of people. It's a big concern.
Yeah,
Billy, HR.
Yeah, it's a scary situation.
This is my formal call to HR. What do we do? I know she has
scary.
the championship. Are we allowing this?
Yeah, she has the championship. The devout have multiple. It's a scary situation. They kind of have the power there.
Yeah, they're kind of have the power.
Yeah,
it's a force to be reckoned.
Well, Justin, again, thank you so much for joining us here, brother. I can't wait to see you on November the 16th. To everyone watching, thank you guys again for tuning in. We'll see you guys at 8 p.m. with Tiffany Avatar. But till then, as always, don't forget to be wise, be genuine, be real, be better people, respect the craft. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace, everybody.
See ya.